So I just wanted to preface this reading. I think this is probably one of the most important readings I've ever done. It's so magic and it's so beautiful. But I'm encouraging everyone. This was the Sagittarius Starborn reading. And the full moon, June 14th, 2022, is going to be in the constellation Sagittarius, and it will be a supermoon. And this is probably one of the most magical readings I've done. So, but I think the whole collective needs to hear Sagittarius's reading. So take the time, take the energy. The whole reading, I felt like I just felt Indiana Jones adventure energy. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section. Wow, this is definitely powerful. So, enjoy. Sagittarius. So there's a full moon coming up in Sagittarius. June 14th, 2022. This message is timeless, but if you do catch it, so I just wanted to put that out there. There's a full moon. It's going to be a super moon. I'm encouraging everyone to really be cautious about what you're thinking, what you're focusing on, because these supermoons, there's one in May, and this may be a note even for the timeless reading. You know, just be careful what you're focusing on, because if you're drawn to this message, then there's something, and there's an insight here for you. So that's why I kind of leave my messages timeless and open. But in May, there was a supermoon, the flower moon, the super flower moon, and an eclipse. And then we have 3 more in June, July, and August supermoons. So you have the power to attract what you want and repel what you don't. So be careful what you focus on, so you don't attract what you don't want and repel what you do want. Especially with it being in the house of Sagittarius, that full supermoon in June. So let's get your message. This is the Starseed Oracle. What message, angels, ancestors, divine guides, do we have for the collective? Spirit, of course. Gratitude and appreciation, and ingratitude and appreciation. And for me, in service, we ask for a message for the collective of Sagittarius. Interesting, very interesting, the energy in the cards. Oh, Sagittarius. What kind of message are they preparing for you? All right. Oh my goodness. Oh, what do we have here? Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, and make love to life. This card wanted to be seen. Surrender to love, surrender to joy. Venus energy, I believe that's Libra energy. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So we have surrender, and this is like the Tower card in the tarot. It has Tower energy, and it's like divine. You think you're at rock bottom, and you're not. You're being kind of forced by the divine to accept something. When we are not using our gifts and our abilities, you know, that other percentage of our brain that we're not using, our life is never on track. Our life becomes on track when we acknowledge not only our gifts of intuition, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, all the clairs, all right? when we are not acknowledging that we are mind, body, and spirit, that we are the triangle, when we're just mind and body, physical, 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 when we're not incorporating spirit, when we're not incorporating the adventure, especially with Sagittarius, like I feel like you're such an adventurous spirit, the freedom, the excitement, the exuberance of Sagittarius. You know, you get kind of bored. I feel like when there's not an adventure, but this, whatever you're at rock bottom, some of you, and this has come up for many people, you're going through, you're being transmuted, and you had to be cracked open to let out and let in. This is divine change. This was necessary. So you just have to change your perspective on how you feel about this. But, you know, in some of you, this is about love. Pleasure, joy, Venus energy, make love to life, surrender. So you have surrender here twice. Surrender to the sweetness. You know, and with love, like anything else, it's about the destination. I mean, the journey, not just the destination. So we just want that love to be there. And trust me, I know, I've walked this path. We want love to be there. We want that companion. We want that special one. But the truth is that it is about the journey and about what you need to learn, how you need to love yourself. For those who need, since we're talking about, you know, love, that's what I'm tuning into for Sagittarians. Like, trust, we've all been there, but there's a journey that has to happen. There's an evolution, there's an aging, a wisdom that needs to be an insight, and that comes from living. Lessons must be lived in order to be learned. So, you know, you'll get to your destination, but the more that you embrace the journey and take part in the growth and development and learning, the more that you will. I knew it. This was the card that was in the split when I put them back together. All paths lead home. Wow. So for those of you who are feeling lonely or feeling, you know, like you're really missing and aching for that one, you know, then just, like it said, surrender. Surrender to the sweetness of life, the journey, Tune into those things that make you feel good and make you feel happy. Take care of yourself. And then, you know, that's kind of like when you're ready, when you realize you're never alone in the first place. Oh, beautiful cards, Sagittarius. Beautiful cards, completely different message. There were some signs, there were some very interesting. All right, I feel like there's one more card in this story. Oh wow, yeah, of course. Wow, I was just saying water energy. I'm feeling water energy, and water energy came out. Oh wow, and these are the two cards that came out when I was preparing for your reading. So yeah, this is definitely, I love this. Star bathing. Another sign got this. I want to say might have been Leo. I'd have to go back and look, but one of the other signs got this as their overarching energy as well. The main message, the general message of the reading is star bathing, light body crystal grid transmission and activation. You know what, let's kick off this reading, Sagittarius, by reading that overarching energy. Very, very nice reading, very nice spread. And it's beautiful because there's water energy, which is moon energy, and also, you know, you've got a completely different message. You know, the first 6 readings I did, there was a lot of the same message coming through. The same kind of, you know, lessons, being cycles in different ways for each sign. So it's just really, it's nice to see that you got a completely unique message too, for the most part. Where the heck? Okay. Sorry, Sagittarius. I thought the book was right here. Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay, so what's going on? Light activation. And it's interesting that we're having star bathing and light activation, and the full moon is in your house for June 2022, June 14th. So like I said, you may want to take advantage of really allowing things to come to the surface that need to be released in that full moon energy, and use this time to focus on what you do want and to release what you no longer want. That's the energy of the moon. Focus, paying attention to your dreams, receiving messages from ancestors. So the stars are constantly showering emanations onto the crystalline grid of the earth. When things are in balance, the planet also sends information back up to the stars. Many starseeds have come to Earth at this time to help shift the planet vibrationally, to activate the ancient codes of wisdom that humanity has forgotten. And all of that information is stored in the crystalline grid. If you pull this card, you may be being called to begin working with the stars and the crystalline grid of the earth. Some people believe that the crystalline grid of the earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies onto the planet. This is important. This is very important, Sagittarius. I'm tuning into this is what your message is about. If you pull this card, you may be called to begin working with the stars and the crystalline grid of the earth. And I say that because this card that came out when I was pre-shuffling, along with this card, but you got activated earth, ley lines, power places, trust where you're led. Okay, we're gonna get into this. I knew your freaking reading was gonna be deep, Sagittarius, and I am a moon child, by the way. So you know, my mother is the moon. Okay, so this is very, wow, this is great. And this is like kind of like I might even make this the collective message to everyone for the Sagittarius full moon. because this is the message that you're getting. So I may share this with the collective as the full moon reading. But we have, some people believe that the crystalline grid of the earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies onto the planet. You may be guided to journey to particular places on earth to unlock these cosmic codes. You may be guided to journey to particular places on earth to unlock these cosmic codes with your presence. So this is so you, Sagittarius, an adventure. So the universe, the star-seeded souls, you're being guided to go on this spiritual mission. What a perfect time in summer, right? Here in America. You're being encouraged, and maybe even during this full moon. But you know, if you don't get this message in time to do anything like that, it's fine. Because we have Orion energy here twice. So some of you may have some, when we have all this water energy, some of you, plan a trip, or just plan, sit on a rooftop. You don't improvise if you're not able to travel. Or take a bike ride. I'm just saying, because this is totally beautiful. I love this. Star bathing. They want you to take in some starlight. They want you to go somewhere. Because there's something to unlock these cosmic codes with your presence. You need to be there, Sagittarius. You need to be there, and I really encourage you for the full moon, if you catch this. And anybody else, for the collective, if I do share this as the collective full moon reading, yeah, an adventure with kind of like a field trip, for spirit school. What? Okay, so I'm going to say this again. Some people believe that the crystalline grid of the earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies onto the planet. You are being guided you may be guided, but I'm saying you are being guided to journey to particular places on earth to unlock the cosmic codes with your presence. You may also be interested in a practice called star bathing. Download a star bathing meditation at www.starseedoracle.me. This card commonly arises because you're here to connect with the crystalline grid of the earth. Yeah, you are. Either in your hometown or by traveling to other places without quite knowing why. It can also mean that your light body, the energy body in its highest form, is being activated. Yeah. If you're having symptoms, headaches, weird aches and pains, I encourage you to look up ascension symptoms, current ascension symptoms, because there's been a lot of solar storms, and there's a lot of light and cosmic energy, photons and protons and all that stuff coming in. And so we have to be aware of our connection to the stars and the way light energy affects us. And I know a little bit about that because ultraviolet light affects me. And so that's why I know about the solar storms and when we have them. So I really encourage people to take a look at the health indexes of when there are geomagnetic storms and solar flares and how it actually affects you. Heart palpitations, emotional mood swings, people who have autoimmune diseases and conditions can be in a lot of pain during a solar storm. Stroke patients, heart, So anyways, moving forward, I don't want to get distracted, but just putting that out there, be in touch with how starlight, including our sun, how it affects us. When we get those warm-ups in the middle of the spring and winter, that's a solar storm. That's something went off on the sun and it affects Earth. And they're actually pretty dangerous because they increase volcanic activity. They increase earthquake activity. They increase storms. They make the moon stronger. So if you have a supermoon or you have a full moon and you're having a solar storm, then that solar storm is affecting the moon, which is affecting the tides, which affects... So these are things that we need to be aware of. And this is science. You know what I mean? This is straight up science. And moving forward, this card commonly arises because you're here to connect with the crystalline grid of the earth, either in your hometown or by traveling to other places without quite knowing why. It also can mean that your light body, the energy body in its highest form, is being activated. If this resonates, take things extra slow in order to integrate this change of vibration. And what I'm finding fascinating is the last card in your story. Remember when I said I felt like there was more to the story, and I got two cards, the two cards that came out when I was pre-shuffling? We have activated earth. Trust where you're led, and knowing, going somewhere where you don't quite know why you're going, maybe even just jumping in the car. And this could be definitely even just a fun adventure exercise with your intuition, your higher self, and your spirit team. This is beautiful, Sagittarius. So I'm encouraging that for sure. This is beautiful. This is, and I think I saw something that the full moon, you're encouraged to take a trip on the full moon. I think it might have been the higher self new moon reading. Anywho, moving forward, oh my gosh, I can feel the adventure. I can feel the adventure. And for those of you who are in states like Illinois, where we know we have pyramids here, or other places, you just wait. So, and then guess what even actually makes this even more magical, Sagittarius? What? The front door? All paths lead home. Trust your gaze within. Turn your gaze within, intuition and inner authority. This is where the adventure starts. All paths lead home. So there's something that's going to be activated in you, Starseed. There's something that you're going to remember, a memory you're going to have, especially the more that you put into this, like making this adventure, connecting with the stars, you know, all the stuff that we do, meditating, clearing our energy, burning incense, creating your own little cute little ritual, whatever it is, because here we have water energy. And I just want to make note of this water energy. All paths lead home, intuition, trust, inner authority, turn your gaze within. And this reminds me of Hermit energy, Virgo energy, which I've been sensing. But there's something calling you, I feel like. There's something that you need to know about home. And we have star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. You're being encouraged to go on an adventure, which is exactly what you need, Sagittarius. This is exactly who you are. And look what we got. We have Orion. So some of you may have connections to this star system, because we also have the seas of Mintaka. So if you're ever, and for those of you who take notice of Orion, there's a reason why you take notice of Orion. And the seas of Mintaka are a planet. One of these, I can't remember, I think it's this one, the one on the far right. If you're facing the pyramids, it would be this star, I think. But this is, and if you connect with the Star Wars trilogy, the Star Wars I don't know why I have a loss of words. If you connect with Star Wars, because it is said that Star Wars is based off the legend of the Orion Wars, the actual history of the Orion Wars, and this planet was destroyed in the Orion Wars. And it was a planet of clear water. It was said that you could see for miles. The water was just so clear and beautiful. So some of you may too have water in your chart, but I feel like there's definitely a connection for some of you to Orion. So you might want to, you know, put this in. But like here in the Midwest, and I'm sure in other places, we have a pyramid in southern Illinois, Midwest, south of Chicago for sure. But look at lost star ancestors. You have star bathing. So and you have all paths lead home. So you have ancestors. You have roots in the stars. And you are a star-seeded soul. And there's something that is going to be activated. Something you're going to become is going to come into your awareness. Something that you're going to grasp. And there's a whole new adventure starting for you. I'm so excited for you. And then who do we have? We have Thoth. And I'm not sure who the other beings are. Star ancestors. You have star ancestors, and they're calling you. You're not alone. Again, we remember at the beginning, I felt the companionship, the surrender to love. You're not alone. Isolation. I want to read all of these cards. I swear to God. Physical connection, community. You're not alone. And we have empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. You are a starseed. And that's why you're an empathic starseed, which is why all this water is here. And you have to start understanding that you are an empath, that you have empathic abilities, and you're absorbing energy that's not yours. And it's affecting you. It's affecting how you're moving and choosing through the world. So you have to start doing that. I won't get into all that there. There's plenty. You can Google any of this. How to protect yourself from other people's energy. How to be aware of other people's emotions and thought forms coming into your energetic field. This is extremely important as an empath. Love it. And then we, of course, we have the seas of Mintaka, seeing potential and bringing unconsciousness to light. This is the starseed. So you may have a connection to Mintaka. I connected with this card. I used to see just enormous bodies of beautiful green water in my mind's eye, my entire life. Just a flash of just something so familiar, yet somewhere I'd never been, and also just beautiful water as far as you could see. And when I saw this card, and I love Orion, I am so connected to Orion. I can feel its energy in the sky, and the moon. Orion and the moon. I just know when it's out, I can feel it. I have such a connection to this star. So when I came across this, I was like, I know that place. I know that place. So you're being asked to not only, so I want to just throw these out here. We've got water element, we have activated earth, and we have star ancestors as well as Orion. So you have 2 cards of Orion here. So you might want to incorporate Orion into this trip. And it might be something you do in the future, because Orion is very much in our skies for Christmas. You can see it, but I think I haven't seen it in a while, but it's fainter. In the winter, it's so crystal clear and it's so close. Oh my God, it's my favorite. And then we have activated earth, power places, ley lines, and being trusted where you're led. And look, we have Stonehenge. A Stonehenge-like structure, and you've got water again, and there's something coming in for you. There's energy, there's an activation, there's a message from home. How beautiful. How beautiful, Sagittarius. Oh, this is going to be, I'm definitely posting this for the collective, because I think that the collective needs to have this. Especially this card from the Compendium of Constellations, it just flipped off the top. It was the card on the top, travel. And that's even been coming up a lot for Cancers in their readings, traveling. Even the readings that other people do, the people that I follow and adore on YouTube, the other readers, card flippers that I watch. So this is such a beautiful, oh wow, I flipped these too. Bringing unconsciousness to light, seeing potential. So and I feel like the first unconsciousness to awaken is going to be something within you is going to awaken, because you have this activation here. Sagittarius. Some of you have been in isolation, and it's time to come out as well. It's time to come out of your shell. Okay, what does the collective of the beautiful Sagittarius, what do they need to know about all paths lead home? I feel like this message is so clear, though. I feel like we don't even need the tarot. Not to... We'll always need the tarot. But... Wow. This is the only sign to do this. Anything for all paths lead home. Yep. Wow. Sad. Oh my gosh. All paths lead home. Two of Wands. Fire energy. Two of Wands. All paths lead home. It's time for you to make that choice, to find out where you came from, to find out why you have certain abilities and things that you do, to find out where this all paths lead home. It's time. It's time for you to look a little deeper. It's time for you to find the lost wisdom. It's time for you to find your connection to the stars, Sagittarius, because there's something that you have that we need here. There's something that you are going to seed. You're going to bring something to the light for the rest of us. Beautiful. Star ancestors. Tell me about star ancestors. Yep. Well, we have Capricorn here. Hidden secrets. We got the Devil card. Major Arcana for star ancestors. Hidden secrets. I feel like... can I have a Queen of Swords? Yeah, there might be some kind of attachment in your ancestral lines. You might be here to end... Well, I feel like all of us are here to end ancestral curses. But there, I feel like... Can I have another card for that? You know what? We'll do that with the star. We'll do that with the Compendium of Constellations. Interesting. Capricorn energy. Hidden secrets. Princess of Swords. Isolation, physical connection, community. And we got the Princess of Swords. And this is the Gemini new moon that brings us to your full moon is about, using your mind better. I feel the Princess of Swords is here is because you had to learn. You had to grow and you had to learn. There were things to grow and learn. Interesting. Some color vibration similarities. You had to grow and learn. And there could be a communication. You could be getting some news. We'll clarify from someone. But, the Princess of Swords, I feel it's about growth. Again, we were talking about the journey, it being about the journey, not just the destination, not just accumulating the partner, the companion, the happy ending, the significant other, the marriage, the husband, the wife, whatever you want to call it. It was about you learning about you and your strengths and your weaknesses and your light and your shadow, because you want to be successful. But we'll find out more. Empathic. Oh, wow. Six of Pentacles on the bottom. Yeah, things are about to balance out. You know what I mean? It's interesting. We have this kind of like above, below, and this balance as we're talking about that. It'll get there when... I keep hearing it'll get there when it gets there. Empathic Starseed. Yep. Sagittarius, Temperance card. You are an empathic starseed. And I'm feeling the with the Temperance card, alchemy. Remember when we got surrender to the alchemy of life, and then we get the card of patience, balance, harmony, and alchemy. Transmuting the dark, not letting it weigh you down. And optimism, that's so you, Sagittarius. So yeah, you're an empathic starseed. You need to be aware of your energy. That's why the alchemy came out, the transmutation. You're carrying energy that's not yours. You're carrying energy that's not yours. You need to clear it. Listen to however you're drawn to. There's so many ways. Reiki, You can turn up your energy, open your energy centers. Acupuncture is amazing. Meditations and music, hang drum, Tibetan singing bowls on YouTube, whatever. But you need to be aware. If you feel energy come on or your mood change, be aware. Queen of Swords energy, be aware. And when it comes up, whose energy is this? Is this mine? Or is this someone else's? And just pay attention to how you feel. If you feel lighter, it's someone else's energy. If it stays the same, it's something going on internally. It's about getting in intuition. That's why the inner authority and intuition. You have to start understanding that you are empathic, that you have abilities. And because you're not understanding this, as I learned, and learn from professionals, people with PhDs, for those of you that need that kind of validation, I was told specifically, your sensitivity is a gift and you need to learn how to use it. And until you learn how to use it, because the world needs it, and until you learn how to use it, your life won't get on track. It'll always feel slightly off center. We have to step into our gifted divine empowerment. It is time. And Sagittarius, you have a mission for the collective. You are here to activate, to begin the activation, to add to something that you need to first activate in yourself. And the other card that came out, Seven of Pentacles. You know what? Gosh, the angels, oh, Spirit, I love you. Because Spirit, they know, the universe knows, that Seven of Pentacles I always view as the Starseed card. Because you have the seeds, and you have the seven, which is spiritual understanding. I always look at this as, and then the pentacles always look like, are always stars. So I call this a starseed. You are a starseed, and you need to find the lost wisdom. And some of you, I just heard, may even know that you have family members that know already. Interesting, we have the moon energy here in this card. We have this sphere looking like just there's something that's going to awaken within you. You are definitely a star-seeded soul. And Orion for a lot of you. Yeah. And so the Seven of Pentacles, not only do I personally look at that as a starseed card, but it's also about, the seeds that you've planted. You're ready. A starseed is someone who comes here and is born in amnesia, born in disconnection. And as you walk your path and as you live your life, bits and pieces of it flash, like when Mintaka, seeds of Mintaka flashed for me. And then here I get the Starseed Oracle card. And this isn't the only card that has activated something in me, a memory, has connected knowledge, or things that because I'm most definitely a Mintakan Starseed. No doubt. I'm totally a Mintakan Starseed. I've known that for years and years. But I've known I was a starseed, and specifically, I know that I'm an Orion starseed. I have magical stories about the first time I met Orion and Yemeha, the queen, the goddess of living water. I met her and Orion on a full supermoon at Cocoa Beach, Florida, on a full moon night, me and two other girls, and the moon was low and the entire ocean was sparkling. The entire ocean was just dancing lights, and the waves were coming in like a goddess in peaceful sleep. And that's when Orion, that was 2004, March of 2004. And that's when Orion entered my life. And I didn't understand my connection with Orion until I got this deck. So there's a connection for you. You are a star-seeded soul, but this is telling me you're about to blossom. You're about your seed, your shell. So you are a star-seed, and when you're a seed, so when you become awake and you become aware, that's when your seed pops. It's when your shell pops and you begin to grow and push through that darkness, push through that soil straight up into the light. And that's why I love plants. That's why I have a natural thumb, because plants always grow towards the light. Yeah, you're going to have a realization. Plants always grow to the light and they never stop. They don't forget who they are. They don't, they don't need plastic surgery. They don't need to change what they are. They adapt. They grow. 7 of Wands and 3 of Swords. Interesting. Something you've been blocking out. Okay, activated Earth for Sagittarius. Beautiful. Wow. Wow. The World card. Not only the World card, but this is also, the World card is also a card of travel. So for some of you, you might want to travel anywhere in the world. Like they said, you could travel somewhere in your hometown, right in your backyard, or you could travel somewhere else in the world. Trust where you're led. You know what's interesting? I'm going to pull this out because I was reading in my astrology book, I was reading a little about Sagittarius just to kind of, see if anything came out. And it says countries in the Sagittarius energy, countries, cities, Budapest, Cologne, Toledo, Ohio, no less. So interesting. Acapulco, countries, Spain, Hungary, and Australia. Trees, mulberry, oak, and birch. In case you want to add some tree energy into this adventure. But look at that. Not only the card of travel, not only the card of the world, Earth, that comes out when we clarify this card and look at the same color energies, the pastels, wow. And this is the new energy, a transformation. This is the activation, and the world is a card of a completion, a cycle completed, closed out, a new cycle beginning. But there's definitely this transformation of energy, this portal or gate. Wow. On Sagittarius, I don't even know what to say. This reading is like so magical. And it's interesting how these cards came out next to each other, and it's almost like, and there's this mirror energy here. It's like you're waking up, and you have this, you're not alone. Like there might be a communication. Your star family or a star ancestor, and that's another reason why I do what I do too, because we need to start utilizing our ancestral pool. So you have ancestors, I feel. Maybe one of them is a Capricorn. You have an ancestor that's reaching out to you. I love it. The Two of Wands. All paths lead home. Wow. Trust where you're led. I might even read that one too. That's so beautiful. Sagittarius, thank you so much for what you are about to do. For those of you who take on the adventure, wow. Go out there and do it, Sagittarius. You have the power is in your hands right now, Sagittarius, to shift, to activate, to change energy on the entire planet, the world. You, Sagittarius, the tribe of Sagittarius has an opportunity to affect the world. All right. Oh, and then the bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles, more seed energy, more starseed energy, and there you are. There's this new, Libra, justice, balancing out. Yep, the starseed is born in you, activated. The starseed manifested on Earth. A new adventure. There it is. This is the mission that is being handed to you. And I suggest this full supermoon, maybe just getting in a car. I don't know. Trust where you're led. All paths lead home. Tell us about the Devil card for star ancestors. Yeah, you guys, wow. Definitely starborn. Definitely starborn. Oh, you're about to wake up. You're about to wake up. Your shell is about to pop, Starseed. Wow, that many cards. Spirit, anger, overcome, honor, intuition, abundance, and austerity. Wow. Yeah, so there's some kind of, you're here to right some kind of wrong. That's why the Libra scale. That's why you're here to, wow. You're here to balance the scales. You're here to bring justice. You're here to bring something to light. You're here to, the truth shall set you free. You're here to bring the truth, justice, order, balance. That's what you're here to restore. This is the mission that's being given to you by the divine. To affect a ripple. The Princess of Cups. This is you using your intuition. Finally getting in touch, listening, trusting, and working with, learning, and using, and communicating with your intuition. And notice, she has her hand on her higher heart chakra. I think it's the hypothalamus. Which, yeah, beautiful. Under that, Ace of Cups. Yep. There's that water energy. You're here to bring unconsciousness to light. And then there we go, back to the balance. And more balance. And change. And bye. Okay, so yeah, we had Spirit. This is the compendium of constellations. And anger. Overcome. So you might be here to help over, you know, that there's some, clearly Spirit has sent you. Here there was something attachment to anger and your fire energy. So there might be something that you're here to learn or to add. And as Starseed has to walk as a human being. Because of the laws of the universe, you know, the laws of non-interference. So starseeds have to be born into humanity. They can't just come from the outside and fix stuff. You know, they have to be born. They have to be truly empathetic. They have to live as a human being. They have to walk as a human being. See, for those who don't know the Starseed legacy or the Starseed prophecy, is that when well, the star people have been coming here. Like the Lakota tribe believe they are the descendants of the Dakota. That's where North Dakota and South Dakota come from. The Dakota are an ancient star tribe. And if... anywho, so it's said that when the first atomic bomb was let off, that Mother Earth sent out a distress signal to the rest of the universes, asking for volunteers. Her vibration had fallen, so the vibration on Earth had fallen so low that we created a weapon of mass destruction. And some people believe that Earth is on quarantine for such behavior. Moving forward, so there are beings, warriors, the best of the best from their planets, their civilizations, who have evolved and surpassed beyond what is happening here with the violence and the fighting and the division and the disrespect for the planet and all the other things. They left their families, their frequency, everything they knew to volunteer to come here and be born to help raise, because they knew that for the collective, not only the microcosm, the macrocosm, above, below, within, without, They know that what happens here also affects other places. So they were born here. Oh, shoot. We never asked about the seeds of Mintaka. Anywho, and we have honor. You're here to get your honor back. How is this resonating? Is this an ancestor, or is this an ancestral curse? Because the thing about the devil card is that the devil has no true power over you. It's your choices, what you choose to do, that connects you to this energy. So this energy, at the silver lining, is it gives you the fire to assert your human will, your free will, and make better choices for yourself. But I feel like, because we have this anger here, and then that we have intuition, which is here now, here for you, trusting yourself. Intuition is here twice. Inner authority, trusting where you're led. This is the beginning. This is why I do what I do. Yeah, I want you to manifest a car. Yeah, I want you to manifest abundance. Yeah, I want you to manifest real love. I want all that for you. But what that really comes down to is you knowing yourself and trusting your own intuition and your messages from spirit, and using your spirit and connecting. That's my job. That's what I do. And I'm walking this walk, and I'm teaching as I go. And as my abundance comes in, and it's interesting because your planet is Jupiter, and that's the planet of abundance. So this full moon is abundance. So this is also a time for you to focus on manifesting abundance. And then we have austerity, sternness. Why is austerity here, and why is it color matching? You know, and we have red here with the anger and the hate and the honor. This is beautiful energy. Corona Borealis, honor. Maybe some of you, an idea for a trip. But trust your intuition. And there's some form of abundance waiting for you, even if it's the abundance of discovering, going on a magical adventure. That's a form of abundance. It's magic. It's exciting. It's you know what, the Ace of Pentacles was on the bottom. Tell us about the seeds of Mintaka. It's interesting because this matches the seeds of Mintaka as well. Same color energies coming up. Oh, wow. The Hermit. Wow. Nine of Cups on the bottom. Water. Yeah, there's definitely Orion, Mintaka energy here for you guys, because then we have this card. The Hermit. Remember I said that the Hermit, this is like, you know, the Hermit is about spending time in isolation. Are you in too much isolation? Are you spending too much time alone? Or is some time alone needed? I feel like this is saying it's time to come out of your shell. It's time to see something. This is about, the Hermit is about looking within, self-reflection, tuning into your own voice, spending time in isolation so you can kind of reconnect and realign. Wow, but the fact that it's here, it's saying that you need to take, again, remember it said taking a deep look, a little deeper. There's a connection here for you. And there's like this realization that happens. And to have the Nine of Cups, yeah, with the King of Wands. There you are. Yeah, Sagittarius, look, Nine of Cups. This is the lost wisdom. This is the cup of lost wisdom. And it's water energy, Nine of Cups. And this is dream come true, wish fulfillment, joy, happiness, dreams, dream coming true. Yeah, there's definitely water. And in the water energy, there's definitely connection to water energy for you. Okay, can we have just one card for the devil? Distract, and it's Cancer. Interesting. Distract. There may even be some type of energy here. We have encompass. Interesting. feel like it's encompassing who you are. I feel like there's some energy that has kept you from discovering who you are, discovering that lost wisdom, that lost power, because you, again, like I said, you have the ability to affect humankind right now, Sagittarius. All of us do, that are now watching this, but Sagittarians, there's something within you that is going to be unlocked, and that's going to affect everyone. And I feel like this energy there's been something, this energy is always trying to distract you, because that was the first card. And we have Virgo, which is, this is Virgo energy. Interesting that they're the same color. Virgo, and pay attention to these star constellations that come up. You know, if any of them that, you know, you feel drawn to look up or make part of your star bathing light activation, the more you put into this adventure, the more you're going to get back. But just, I think that there's something that you're going to learn, and that this energy was always trying to distract you, because that was the first card that came out. Cancer, remember? Distract. Did I show it to you? Anywho, that card, it's been trying to distract you from finding this wisdom, because it means empowerment for you individually, collectively, and for all of us. Wow, I'm so, all paths lead home. It's time to take that path and find out, move forward in finding. I may even read that. Turn the gaze within, lost wisdom. This is like, wow. This is like an Indiana Jones reading. That's what it feels like to me. Indiana Jones, all paths lead home. You're being called to source your guidance from within. Yep. To develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. Yeah, I feel that. The challenge of empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. Oh. That's why the Princess of Swords is here, communicating with the world. I feel like you're going to come out of some kind of isolation, and I think this adventure is going to be the first step. This is the beginning of a great adventure for you. And it's wand energy with home. You know, how fitting. And again, here we are. It's calling you out. You're an empath, and here's more water energy as well. The best way to do this is develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. And then we have this lost wisdom. And that lost wisdom will help you make better choices, which is also what the devil energy is. It's choices, the choices that we make, and the energy that we're in, and the energy that's in the driver's seat when we make these decisions. And this is, you know, clearly not. So there's some kind of lost wisdom that will help you make decisions as well. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. And it's interesting because the Four of Wands came up when I was looking at the other cards. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. Yeah, strength, authority, and guidance. That's what's missing. How are you being called to turn your gaze within? And then there it is right there. Start your spiritual practice, a new habit, because there's something calling you. Tell me about this Princess of Swords. Blue colors as well. Awaken. Wow. Oh my God. Sagittarius, this is probably one of the best readings I've done in a very long time. Princess of Swords, awaken. This is the truth. That's what the princess, this represents some kind of communication coming in, awareness, new information. And look at, she's got this illumination. And again, same color energy. Pavo, awaken. Maybe you might want to look into that constellation. And we have life. And those were the cards that are clarifying you're not alone. You've never been alone, and you're about to find that out. And that's typically, you know, I found love when I was 45 years old. And it was because I discovered that I was never alone in the first place. That I was never alone. So that being said, you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. And I believe I had someone from the Sagittarius collective kind of was very frustrated with how the same message is coming up, and they were growing tired of the same message. And it's just like, well, here it is. Something, this might be why. This might be what you needed to learn. But yeah, you're awakening. That's why the Princess of Swords is here. You're awakening. And something is about to come alive within you. Something is about to come to life. And look, both these cards, the same color energy as the Princess of Swords. Anything? Wow, that came out super fast. Renew. Yeah, I'm asking about this. The Empathic Starseed. With the Temperance energy. Remember this card? And then what does it say? Renew. Yeah, because we have this lost wisdom. It's time to renew. And it's also time to renew your, you know, this changes your life. My family bought me a book. And it explained about starseeds, and it's explained my whole life to me, and I cried like a baby. And it does renew you. There's something within you that you need to awaken. For sure. Worship on the bottom. Anything for the Hermit and Mintaka? What does the collective need to know about Mintaka? So I got enhanced, so it wanted to be seen. So working with Orion star energy may also definitely enhance this whole adventure. Oh wow, that flipped right open. Yes, strengthen Taurus. Taurus energy. I mean Taurus constellation, Taurus. The sea is of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light with the Hermit card. Again, same color energies all around. Strengthen. This, whatever it is that you're going to, this unconsciousness that's coming to light, because we have this awakening. So this is your awakening, and that's going to affect the collective when you wake up. And it's going to strengthen your inner light, your inner spark, your knowing of who you are. Events in your life are going to suddenly come together, like you're going to understand, understand, overstand, you know, who, what, when, where, why. Like for me, I used to short out the vacuum. I used to short out electrical appliances. Especially when I was going through puberty, or when I would be emotional, especially when I was 13, 14, 15. 12 to 15, I wasn't allowed to use any of the appliances in the house because I would touch them and they would just stop working. The vacuum cleaner, the washing machine, the dryer, I would use them and they would just not work. And then an hour later they would come on. So, you know what I mean? We've paid the price to be X-Men. And if you look at the story of people with gifts and powers and superheroes, and none of it came easy. They're gifts. They have to be earned. I mean, they're kind of not gifts. If you think about it, we call them gifts because they are a gift to us, but they definitely have to be earned. Oh, look at that. I'm going to leave it right here. Power. Maybe I won't leave it right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Power. Look at that. Strengthen and power. This is beautiful. So I asked for the activated earth card, right, with the world. The card of travel, world travel, the card of completing a cycle, success. And look at this particular deck transmuted as energy. I love that. It's like you're going to, this is like that activation. And as you're going to go through a new portal with that. But we got unite. And we got this purple energy, evaluate. And freedom. And I love that it's orange, sacral chakra energy, fire energy, Sagittarius energy, Jupiter energy, the color of orange. And I love that it's freedom because that's one of the things that describes the Sagittarius energy. And I feel like there's something within you that you're going to set free. There's a freedom because something is going to come full circle. And this is the freedom. Sagittarius, I do thank you. In great reverence, I do thank you. You're here to unite. And then there's this evaluate, like just, I love it. We're going to do an animal totem card. This is just such a beautiful reading. Such a beautiful and powerful reading. You're being led home. You're being led home. All paths lead home, and then you've got this activation, trust where you're led. You start off with all paths lead home, and the last card is trust where you're led. Angels, ancestors, divine guide, spirit. What animal totem? Oh, the fish almost came out. What animal totem do we have for the collective of Sagittarius to confirm this message? Be aware how it manifests in your world, this animal that comes out. Pay attention. It could be subtle. It could be blatant. It could be within the first 5 minutes of the reading. It could be in 5 weeks from the reading. But when this animal comes into your reality, pay attention to what you're thinking, what's happening. Just remember. What animal totem will be the messenger for the collective of Sagittarius? You got 2. You know, right before I came in to record this, the girl downstairs at the front desk asked if she could give my dog a biscuit. And I said, yeah, that's what she's waiting for because she has the memory of an elephant. That's why she's standing here. And then she gave me the biscuit, and it was a biscuit shaped of in an elephant shape. It was an elephant. So just a synchronicity. And then there's this beautiful purple, right, that we've been seeing. That last card, evaluate. And we've got the elephant. And you know what she told me? Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Thank the heavens. Full circle synchronicity. Oh, my gosh. She told me that she learned all this cool, fun facts about elephants. And I was like what? And she said, that they're really the only other creature that's empathetic, or something to that fact about them being empathetic. And here we are discovering that Sagittarius, you are an empath. Now, what kind of empath you are, that's for you to find out. But lots of water energy here. And the elephant stands for strength, prosperity, fertility, and wisdom. Lost wisdom, strengthen is here. We had abundance and prosperity, fertility with the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're about to, something is about, the elephant is rich in lore and legend, with the white elephant being the most sacred. Elephants are venerated in India and South Asia, where they are a symbol of royalty and fertility. Ganesh, the Hindu god of wisdom. Prudence and learning is usually depicted having the body of a man and the head of an elephant. Wow, the white elephant. So this is definitely, this is signaling to me that you are rare and that you are special. Wow. So you got the deer, right? And the deer represents instinctual energy. Trust where you're led. Intuition, instinctual energy, independence, and regeneration. You're going through, wow, a spiritual transformation, Sagittarius. Graceful, swift, and elusive. The deer has symbolized the powers in nature that are not easily subdued. Sounds like fire energy. A deer's antlers, which are shed and regrown each year, are specifically associated with regeneration and renewal. A swift deer with golden antlers was sacred to the Greek goddess Artemis, whose realm was the wilderness and instinctual, untamed things. A deer is also a symbol that summons individuals to a calling or journey. What? Shut the front door. A deer is a symbol that summons individuals to a calling or journey. Wow. A swift deer, it has frequently appeared in legends and myths as a creature which lures a hunter or knight into the wilderness. In the legend of King Arthur, a deer leads Sir Gawain into the wood to begin his adventures. I got nothing else, Sagittarius. Thank you for this magic. And, yeah. Your journey begins. Sagittarius, look. So I couldn't help myself, and I went back in and I read this card, the Star Ancestors card. And it says here, you're here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions, technology and wisdom that are so needed on the planet right now, to unlock your soul's memories of a time when we lived in harmony on Earth and one day will again. Sounds like a Starseed mission to me. I am ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. So that's what you're here to do. And then it says here, listen to this, you're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by the rememberings of the star ancestors, to look a little deeper. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do something different, to change your point of view, which is exactly why I love travel, because it gives when you go somewhere else, it gives you a new perspective. You connect with the energy there, it shifts something, and then you come back. Yeah, that's beautiful. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong. When we do the unexpected. So often a creative solution is right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and act the same way, we miss what's in the open. Remember the cracked open? You're being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and soul, to tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. All ancient secrets are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowing blooms in your heart. Seven of Pentacles. All potent power pumps through your veins. Remember, we had power on the bottom of the deck. So, oh, oops, the microphone cord. Oh, here, plug the mic back in. That might help a little. I'm so excited for you to go on this adventure. You're not alone. Let's just see if that, how can you reach out to people in your life physically? And there was the communication card. There's a connection, someone that you're going to communicate with. Activated Earth. Did we read that? Activated Earth? And we have ley lines. I honor and thank the keepers of the earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for your nourishment and tender holding. That was for the Activated Earth card. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers, or to tend to the land you live on, to honor and acknowledge the known and unknown keepers of nature, spirits of that land? As you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to hold you. The fruits provide more nourishment, and the guardians watch over you. Wow. Ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. They can be sensed when we tune into them with our subtle senses, also known as spirit paths. They've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link sacred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australian Aboriginal culture, song lines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, allowing them to access information about the land's history and to travel safely across great distances. Many believe that as we visit each sacred point on earth, something is activated within us. Some also believe that by connecting with the land with devotion as at these sacred spaces, something is activated within the planet too. So understand this. And honor came up. We have honor here twice. You know, you're on a divine mission. You're on a legendary, mythical, King Arthur type mission to, you know, all paths lead home. How are you being called to turn your gaze within? Did we look at this? And it's interesting because this is the card that appears. You may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice. Yeah, that we did. That's what's happening. Empathic Starseed. This is just such a beautiful reading. I just can't. I feel like I just want to stay in it. I want to uncover every little nook and cranny. Empathic Starseed. Come on. Oh, because we need the M after the A. Yes, that would be spelling, Rhea. How can you take better care of yourself energetically? So basically, this is just a card of taking care of yourself, recognizing your empathic nature, doing the energy work to clear things that you're holding on to that you're not, because you're not aware that you're an empath. That's what's being brought to the light. Okay, that's it. I'm done, Sagittarius. Oh, did we do the Seas of Mintaka? No. Okay, the Seas of Mintaka. I'll be serious now. Oh, yeah, it's the Seas. Or did they just have it as Seas of Mintaka? Yeah. How can you see the potential in a situation you're facing? What unconscious patterns are you being called to bring to light? The Seas of Mintaka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations. This card is a confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. And remember, you got the Seven of Pentacles with that, which is exactly about something coming into fruition, the seeds that you've planted coming into fruition, the work that you've put in, planting those seeds. Wow. If it appears in a spread, it's a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's a very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. And it says harmony, and remember, Temperance came out with this. This is what you're here to do. You're here to alchemize and restore harmony. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring to light any unconscious patterns of which you're unaware. To look at them and see them clearly and consciously so they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to the light of day. So, you know, for yourself and for the collective. But definitely an awakening here. I love it. All right, I'm out, Saggy.